short little break, and to kind of take us out, what we're gonna do is I will play for you our little campaign roundup montage, which is, there's hours of speeches and crap that these idiots are out saying on TV and all these different talk shows and radio programs. None of them will come on here. None of them want to come on here. None of them. Not a single one of them. I openly invite them, but so we condense it down into something a little more manageable, so you can kind of get an idea of who they are, what they're saying, so you can make an educated wince when you push the button next to somebody's name, because obviously the right person is not going to get picked for the job. But that's beside the point. What I want to say before we hit that is our good friends over at RWNJ Funding. These guys are absolutely great. If you don't know who they are or what they're doing, unfortunately there are, I don't know how many different crowdfunding sites. Each one of them take a huge portion of what you're able to collect from your different sources. Each one of them takes a huge chunk of that, and they keep it for themselves. They also will kill your campaign that you're running if somebody complains about you because they get butthurt. You've said or done something that has offended someone. Look, those guys over there, they play to the PC crowd. Not our friends over at RWNJ Funding. I can't say enough good things about these guys. These guys have real values, constitutional and libertarian values and ideals. They hold true to them. They don't play the PC game. If somebody gets butthurt, they deal with it. They don't care unless it conflicts, with pornography or something like that. They're not going to. That's not what they're about. These are true down-home conservative libertarian ideals that you could lay down on your kitchen table and let the whole world look at. They're not going to cave in. They're not going to cancel anything. They believe in you so much that for the first 10 signups who reach $100 in contributions, they're gonna put some of their own money where your mouth is. They're gonna give you $10 to help you succeed in doing what you're trying to do. Look, trust me, it's not too good to be true. Head on over to rwnjfunding.com. Again, that's rwnjfunding.com. Tell them TSV sent you, and they will take very, very good care of you. You can start your campaign today. Speaking of campaigns, to take us into break is Campaign Roundup. We'll be right back.
That's amazing. Great. Wow. We're sick and tired of incompetent people running our government. Wow. Beautiful. They have these things called super PACs. Nobody knows what the hell they are, what they mean. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. The super PACs are a disaster. Thank you. Thank you. Nobody's giving me anything. Man. Jeb Bush. Did anybody ever hear of Jeb Bush? This is something special.
I think it demonstrates that she won't be held accountable until we have a nominee in a general election debate who will hold her accountable. She never answered a fundamental question. Knowing that this was a purposeful terrorist attack on the night it occurred, why did you go the next morning and address the American people and talk about a videotape that didn't represent the values of America? And why did you continue to do that over the bodies of the fallen and for many weeks thereafter?
I like people. My wife is a people person. Well, I hope they learn that, immediately after the incident, the emails that she sent to her family and the conversation she had with the Egyptian foreign minister or ambassador very different than the narrative that was portrayed. She plays fast and loose with the truth. I think judgment also, having a private server and the possibility of compromising the security of our country after having been First Lady for 8 years, a Senator and Secretary of State. If you don't have enough judgment to know better than that, I don't want you with the keys to everything.
Our national debt, $6.5 2.5 years, it's gone from $10 trillion to $18 trillion, larger than our entire economy. Who the heck do you think is going to pay for that? Young people are the ones. If we don't stop what we're doing, the next generation will not spend the coming decades working to meet the challenges of the future, the priorities of the next generation. Our kids will spend the rest of their lives working to pay off the debts of their deadbeat parents and grandparents. No generation in history has ever done that to their kids. Our parents didn't do it to us. Their parents didn't do it to them. You got to communicate in a way. Would it kill Republicans to crack a joke? I actually think some it sort of might. You got to have some fun.
We'll be able to keep your health care plan. This is the most transparent administration in history. Not even a smidgen of corruption.
Fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. What difference at this point does it make?
If you got a business, you didn't build that.
The feeling most people get when they hear Barack Obama's speech, I felt this thrill going up my leg. I mean, I don't have that too often.
Steady.
It's time to hear the truth about America's biggest challenges. Ricky Robinson, host of America Off the Rails, will tackle the important issues facing America today as he tries to keep America from coming off the track. Get ready to hear the truth every Monday through Friday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, and on Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern and 11 Central here on K98Talk.com and the Spark Radio Network.
Welcome to the face. Welcome to the face of the new democracy.
Red Nation Rising brings you Town Hall Radio.
From a single tweet to 3 million a month, our community is a force to be reckoned with on social media.
So don't miss our show, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on K98 Talk.
Our chat room is our co-host, and you ask the question.
Join us and be heard.
So get ready to sound off on Red Nation Rising Radio. No one else is going to do it for you.
There's a wild, wild whisper blowing in the wind, calling out my name.
Whether you're an employee or business owner, when it comes to the correct course of legal action, it's the first step that is important. And make that first step with attorney Ted Hong. You need someone you can trust and has the experience you need when it comes to workplace and employment law. If you've lost your employment due to discrimination, false accusations, or being denied benefits, you need Ted Hong. Or if you're an employer who wants to ensure compliance with workplace regulations and labor contracts, you need Ted Hong. Ted and his team also cover family and property law and estate litigation as well. Ted has over 30 years of experience, and him and his amazing legal team will provide you cost-effective legal consultation and make the experience all about you and your needs. For more information or to set up a consultation, contact the law office of Ted Hong at 808-933-1919 or visit tedhonglaw.com. Ted Hong, an experienced and principled attorney you can trust. 808-933-1919 or tedhonglaw.com.
I don't know about you, but I'm not the type of guy that jumps into anything without first doing my research. And when I was looking for a holster, I'll admit I was having one heck of a time. You know what I'm talking about here. You find one you like, you try it on, it would be clunky. Another one fits good, but costs way too much. So you try on one last holster, it was slim, lightweight, priced right, but lo and behold, you slide your pistol in, and it falls right out. So what do? You've tried all these mass market holsters. Well, go custom. I know what you're thinking. I thought it too. Too pricey. Wrong. My guy over at Rebel Road Tactical will not only put together the perfect fitting, hand-molded, hand-assembled, custom Kydex holster, but you'll get it at an affordable price. Don't wait. Contact Rebel Road Tactical today at 682-217-4579. Again, that's 682-217-4579. Place your order.
Stop it. It's the dramatic reinvention of Talk Radio.
Here come the spy dolphins.
The only thing that can cure racism is Robert E. Lee's penis.
Who named this cat Limberbutt McCubbin? A Trump-Biden debate.
Plugs versus rugs. Real serious nonsense. The show's so bad, you'll laugh at us.
The worst podcast. We obviously hold that title.
Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern on K98 Talk.
Call now.
913-440-4889.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I am your host, Daniel Stafford, host of the Stafford Voice. Whew. Wow, we've packed so much stuff into tonight, and if you're not joining us over in the chat room right now, well, you're just crazy in the head, because there's some good stuff going on over there. Look, the conversation never stops over in the chat room, and, well, you know what? It's like-minded individuals just like you, and they're talking it up. Sometimes they get on a tangent, and so you just got to roll with it. Well, something that is really kind of ticking me off is, and I'm going to get to, I realize that we may have to run over just a minute or two, because this story is a little too close to home for me not to share with you. We'll get to On This Day in History here in just a few minutes. But recently, they have put out new mammogram screening criteria. And I want you guys to know what changed, and in the end, I'm going to give you my recommendation of what I suggest. So let me ask you this: what changed? Well, originally it was said that women should start doing their mammograms, having regular yearly mammograms at 40 years old. Now they're changing this recommendation, and they want you to wait until you're 45. And you have them once a year until you're 54. And get this. And then every other year, as long as you're healthy and it looks like you could live another 10 years. So if you're 60 years old, looks like you're not going to make it to 70, guess what? They're not going to check them. They're not going to check the fun bags. Not going to check the sweater puppets. Not going to handle any of that. They're just going to let them go. Let them sag. Happy and sad. Whatever. So here's the biggie. They no longer recommend clinical breast exams. You know, the ones where the nurses perform the breast exam in the office, checking for lumps, whether it's at the actual breast or in the armpit or above, whatever. The previous recommendation was that those clinical breast exams would start at the age of 19, and you would have at least one once a year, pretty much for the rest of your life. Is everybody in the medical field happy about this? No. There are plenty of doctors, nurses, and plenty of cancer clinics that do not agree with these recommendations. And I'm going to tell you one reason why. Actually, I'll give you 3 reasons. One, a really, really close family friend who, guess what? She was right around 40 when she found her lump. 2, my wife found hers not by herself, but by having a clinical breast exam performed. And she's not even 40 yet. She's 37 years old. And last but not least, my mother. My mom was 37 years old when she found her lump. You know who caught that one? She did. She caught it herself. She was 37 years old. If she would have waited until 40 or even 45, according to these new standards, I'm going to be nice. According to these new criteria, she would have already been dead. She wouldn't even have made it until 40. Her cancer was already so advanced that by the time they went in to perform the surgery, they had to do a radical mastectomy and remove all the lymph nodes, remove both breasts, right on the spot. when the doctors are that